Hello and welcome to Bettering Our Community. My name is Kimberley Haas. Today we're focusing on the New Hampshire Food Bank. I'm with Mel, who is in charge of making all this magic happen. Maybe you could introduce yourself to the audience at home.
Sure. My name is Mel Goslin. I'm the Executive Director of the New Hampshire Food Bank, which is a program of New Hampshire Catholic Charities.
When was the food bank created?
1984 on World Hunger Day. So we're nearing our 30-year anniversary.
And how have you grown and changed over the course of time?
Well, I celebrate my 10th year here in July, and since I've started, we grew from about 3 employees to about 26, and it's sort of bittersweet for us because we're in a business we're trying to put ourselves out of. So we continue to grow. We've got a great team and great support in our community.
How many communities do you serve?
We serve the whole state, so we work with about 406 food pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters around the state, providing food and other resources.
You have a heavy volunteer base. How many hours are donated to the food bank through volunteers?
Last year we received about 30,000 volunteer hours, which for us equates to about 15 full-time employees. So with a staff of 25, adding 15 is such a resource to us.
What's the most important thing to the food bank? What's your mission statement?
It's really about getting food and providing hope and other resources to individuals in need throughout the state.
And I'm sure as need grows over time, you see lots of people come through here. What would you say to somebody at home who maybe is in a position where there is food instability? This is a great place for them to reach out to. Is there hope?
There's definitely hope, and that's why we're really focused on not just food distribution, but outreach opportunities as far as our Cooking Matters program, our culinary training program, our SNAP outreach. It's really for us about trying to break that cycle of poverty for individuals in need. We're seeing less food donations come in, but more people in need. So it's a real, we're really trying to balance those scales and meet the needs of those in need.
We are with Helen Costello. Helen, maybe you could introduce yourself to the audience at home.
Sure. My name's Helen Costello. I'm the program manager here at the New Hampshire Food Bank, and I run the outreach programs here. I'm a longtime resident of New Hampshire, and I currently live in Hampton, New Hampshire. This is our culinary job training program under our Recipe for Success department here at the New Hampshire Food Bank, and it's an 8-week job training program for unemployed adults. And so while they're here, they learn basic knife skills, they learn basic commercial cooking skills, and we also provide life skills training for them. So they have resume building, interview training, they get some nutrition, 4 hours of nutrition, and they also learn other techniques that will help them get a job when they go out and finish our program. One of the biggest pieces of curriculum that we do here is the Serve Safe Managers Level program from the National Restaurant Association. So a couple of weeks before they graduate, they take the Serve Safe Managers Level exam and receive that certificate if they pass the exam. While they're here, they're also giving back to the community, and they're preparing a couple thousand meals a week out of our kitchen that goes to agencies of the food bank. So we're cooking for soup kitchens, Boys and Girls Club here in Manchester, as well as some other agencies of the food bank. And so they're also getting some catering experience while they're here as well, so that they can have a more well-rounded culinary training experience.
Now, is this a new program? How long has this program been going on?
Yep. We've started the program in May of 2008 and served our first meals then, and it's been going continuously, and this is class 27. So every 8 weeks we're turning over a new class, and another 15 students are starting their training, and we have about a 70% employment rate of our students who leave the program, and they're employed in restaurants, they're employed in dining services, college dining services, healthcare, hospitals, and other types of food service venues. We're seeing a lot of people who are laid off in their 50s, and they're not able to go back into a job that may have been a very stable, well-paying job for a long time for them. And they maybe have had an interest in cooking, and they see see an ad for our program, and decide to give it a try. And as you can imagine, those people already know how to get along in the workplace, and so they are very skilled when they leave here and are able to walk into a kitchen and be a good employee for someone.
I think everyone that comes into the program probably learns something a little different. As for me, I basically learned a lot about the Serve Safe program, which is the time and temperature controls and the HACCP plans, and cooking things to the right internal temperature so people don't get sick, things like that, and working with the in a production kitchen with the huge steam jacket kettles and the big tilt skillets and all that stuff. So,
What do you hope to get out of the program?
I'm hoping to possibly get a job in the food service industry more than like a restaurant, just because it's more slow-paced. It's not as fast-paced, and that's the kind of environment that I want to work in. So nursing homes, hospitals, things like that.
Have you met a lot of nice people being involved in the program?
Yeah, I've made some new friends in here, and we all have to learn to work together, And sometimes people butt heads, but you work it out.
Now, there are a lot of other programs that the food bank is involved in. Maybe you could tell us about some more of the outreach programs that happen even outside this facility.
Sure. We have 3 other outreach programs. One is Cooking Matters. It's a program of Share Our Strength, which is the largest anti-hunger advocacy organization in the country. So we host that program here, and that's a cooking program and nutrition program for low-income audiences. So we have curriculum for kids, teens, families, adults that we take out to communities, and we pair up a nutritionist with a chef, and it's all hands-on cooking, basic home-style cooking, and nutrition activities. And those are 6-week programs. So participants commit to coming to a class for 1.5 to 2 hours a week for 6 weeks. And they have a lot of fun cooking up meals. And it's also an anti-hunger program because they eat the meals that they prepare each week, and then they also receive a bag of ingredients to replicate that meal at home with their families during the week. And so we're all over the state and have many partners around the state that help us deliver that service. We have a production garden in downtown Manchester, so we have an acre of land where we're producing about 20 different crops. And we have a gardener out there who works with volunteers to help us grow that food. And when it comes into the warehouse, it's offered to both the culinary job training program and the Cooking Matters program. And then whatever they don't use goes out to our agencies of the food bank. And we also have a SNAP outreach coordinator. SNAP is the new name for the food stamp program. So we have someone who goes out to food pantries and soup kitchens with a computer and an air card, and she helps people with the online food stamp application. And then she also does a lot of outreach by doing presentations to agencies and leaving flyers, writing articles, and just getting the word out for the 25% of folks who qualify for food stamps but don't apply for food stamps. So we do that program to try and help take some of the pressure off the emergency food system, because if people are using food stamps, if they're entitled to them, then that's less emergency food that they need in their household.
Exactly. All of these things trickle down throughout the state, and you certainly serve everybody very, very well. Are there things that maybe you wish you could do but you can't do just yet?
I think partly expansion of some of our programs. There's no shortage of ideas, and as we look to do more programs that are solutions to poverty, looking at the root causes of poverty, food insecurity. There are many types of ideas and programs, and so as we see opportunities for funding to run those programs, we look at those. We look at how that meets our mission here at the food bank and how it meets our mission with the programs that we're already doing here.
So the folks that work in this room are processing all of our shelf-stable, non-perishable food donations, and that can come from many different sources, whether it be our grocery store salvage program, which is all the less than first quality product that we get donated every single day. The drivers bring it back. They backhaul from different retail outlets, or we get tractor-trailer loads at a time from Hannaford's or your Stop and Shops or whomever, that they can't sell the stuff as first quality anymore, so they'll retain it until they can fill a whole truck and donate it to us. And then you have your corporate food drives or your church food drives or the school groups or individuals that want to come in and give us products as a donation. So these folks will go through it and inspect each and every item to ensure its quality is at the level that we need it to be for distribution, and then they'll place it in a box based on what kind of a product it is. And we did just about 4 million pounds of this last year in this room with these folks. My favorite part about the job is the engagement that I get with the individuals that come in. We have such a diverse group of people that come for all different reasons, different periods of time, and for different projects, whether they come through their employer's organized day of service or they're individuals like these folks this morning that just want to come in and do something to give back. Some of them are here for the social outlet, so they have people of like age groups to connect with that they might ordinarily not during the regular part of their day, and others are in between jobs or at different points in their lives are transitional periods, so they're trying to do something just to keep busy and give back to the community, which ultimately helps us. Last year we had over 30,000 hours of volunteer time donated to the food bank from folks just like these guys.
Jim, nice to meet you. Maybe you could tell us about volunteering here at the food bank and what it means to you.
Well, I lost my wife back in November of last year, and it's the first time in my life, 70 years, that I haven't had a woman tell me what to do. So I had to come someplace and find a woman that could tell me what to do, and I found it here. I am very happy working, volunteering, and I can see the good that I'm doing for the community, and I come back as often as I can.
And how often do you volunteer, would you say?
It's a 4-day week, and the only time I'm off is when they close down. I come in every day that I can, that they let me. I never realized the good that is being done until you come in here and see it. And it's the same thing like when my wife passed away of cancer. I didn't realize how much of it there was out there until I had to deal with it. And I just enjoy doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to make a difference, and hopefully I can succeed.
We are with Paul, who is the warehouse manager here at the New Hampshire Food Bank. Paul, maybe you could tell us a little bit about the amount of food that you process here.
Well, last year we did over 8 million pounds of food. Food banking, we usually deal with pounds to give us an idea. A majority of that is donated. We do purchase a lot of product also.
Tell us a little bit about the warehouse itself. It's an enormous room to give people at home a sense of how big this is.
It really is. I believe we're over 55,000 square feet, and we moved from an 18,000 square foot facility, which shows you how the demand has increased over the years. The good thing about having so much space is we're able to get better deals on full trailer loads and more storage of product.
And how many forklifts do you use per day?
We have 2 forklifts, and we have 4 power jacks to move the product in and out to keep the flow going.
And maybe you could tell us a little bit about the process of stacking this many items up like this.
Right. Well, we have 3 levels, and all of our levels are marked A, B, and C. So the person on the forklift will know, where each item is at any given time. And of course, having space going up saves a lot of space instead of spreading it out on the ground, which is just efficiency in warehousing. We have a fresh rescue where we have trucks go out to the different retail stores, pick up product that would be otherwise either discarded. As long as we get it by or before the sell-by date, we freeze it, we categorize it. Right now they're taking, could be a mix of anything, and as you can see, they're breaking it down into the categories of beef, pork, chicken, whole birds, and we have a catch weight so the agency knows they're going to get a certain amount of pounds per case as they order. And the ordering is all done online. We have e-commerce. Our agencies log on, order what they need based on what our inventory levels are. Their orders are pre-picked and staged for them for their day and time that they come, and it's pretty efficient.
And what's your average day like here?
There isn't an average day. Every day you come in, you don't know, because we have donated product, you don't know what's going to come in the door. You could get a full trailer load of cereal. It's really, every day is different, which is what I really like about the job.
You must find this incredibly fulfilling. How many years have you been doing this?
I've been with the New Hampshire Food Bank for 6 years now, and it is probably the best job I've ever had in my life.
We receive no federal or state funding for our food distribution, so it's really about community rallying around need. So we are solely based on, generous partnerships, volunteer hours, and pretty much anyone can participate. Conduct a food drive, conduct a fund drive, because you are making a difference in the lives of your neighbors in need. We've seen the numbers continually grow. Between 2006 and 2010, we doubled the amount of people that we serve. We're in the midst of a national hunger study currently, and I'm really nervous about the numbers that we see this time around.
Yeah, it's really been a big impact to the economy and everything else that has happened. But like you said, there is hope. So people at home who are watching this program today, keep on trying and keep on fighting for yourselves, because there is hope at the end of that tunnel. Do you have a personal success story that you'd like to share with us?
It's funny. I think just reflecting on 10 years, probably driving by this facility for about 8 years, thinking this would be an ideal space. It was a distribution center, and hard to believe we're here now. And I think if, I can take credit for anything, surrounding ourselves with an incredible staff that just pour their hearts into what they do.
Yeah, it's something that they all believe in. You can really tell when you talk to people. They're so passionate, even the volunteers.
Absolutely. We couldn't do it without great support and just the dedication of, folks that are already involved.
Now, if somebody at home is watching this program and they want to reach out, they want to help, how would they get in touch with you folks?
Probably the easiest way is to visit our website, which is nhfoodbank.org, or give us a call, 603-669-9725. What we really try to encourage is people to come in for a tour, because I think, people are still trying to figure out what the food bank does or is, and again, we really try to bring people in to educate them about the needs in the state and also about what we do.
Absolutely. I learned so much here today. We really appreciate your time, Mel, and certainly everybody wants to thank you for your wonderful efforts on the behalf of all of us. And thank you, everybody at home, for watching Bettering Our Community. My name is Kimberley Haas. Have a great day.